Hello and welcome back, guys. Today we have big guy from Convoy, probably the most powerful, if not the most powerful flashlight from Convoy. It's 3x21C and it comes with 7 LEDs, big head, all aluminum body and a handle. This is kinda short screw, so you have to use some pliers to get it securely. And it has button here, USB-C charging port here, and also another attachment for this. So inside we have 3 batteries. Now about the batteries, I have to warn you. So I asked Simon for EVA 50PL batteries, but they were too strong for this flashlight. At least in my case, it was too strong. And another thing is, if you're gonna use powerful batteries like mine moly cell, you have to make the bypass on the spring, under the spring, or you have to put another spring, which I will link in video description. So it would be double spring. And what I can say, if you do not make bypasses, your springs on Fat Turbo will just go down and you won't be able to use the flashlight. Then you have to put it back to its position. So use lower batteries, lower amperage batteries, or make bypasses, or get the springs. Also, I will link in video description another guy from New Zealand made already a review of this flashlight. And what you have to do, you have to make the screws that holds this reflector, which is under this driver. You have to unscrew those 2 screws, take this out a bit, and take those screws away. You have to make one of those things. Either you just peel off a bit of the screw and put it back in, or you have to use a spacer, but the spacer have to be quite big. And that way this reflector pushes the LEDs and the MPCB to the core of the flashlight, so the heat dissipates. Because there were issues from other users that LEDs just dissolved themselves. And why I use moly cell batteries instead of EVA, which came with this flashlight, because on this driver, one cable just desolders from too powerful amperage, because it's a FET driver on Fat Turbo, and it takes as much power as the batteries can support. So I just took those moly cell batteries and my issue was fixed. So you have to keep in mind those 2 things. Make bypasses on the springs, 3 things. Then fix the screws, so the screws are shorter, and take stronger force on this reflector, and don't use very strong batteries, as you'll damage eventually the LEDs or the driver itself. And now let's put all back together. This is a spacer, which you will use for contact. Sorry for my shaky hands. One more thing, the batteries have to be plus on the front side, like front there, so plus there, minus there. Don't put it otherwise. And also it can be used as power bank, very good feature. if you have batteries like mine, or 5000 milliamperes, so it's 15,000 milliamperes power bank. Now the flashlight has eco mode. If you hold, you cannot change modes from eco, only turbo. And one press to turn it on. There are 4 modes. Fourth mode is simple turbo, 25 amperes, regulated. So second, third, and fourth mode. And you have also fat turbo, but be careful with that. It will get very, very hot. So you have to press 2 times and hold. Very, very powerful flashlight. And also it has lockout, so as I remember it's 4 times. No, 4 times is momentarily turbo, so the flashlight only works while you hold the button. 1, 2, 3, 4, goes back. Lock is 10 times, 10 presses. 6 times gives you smooth ramping, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we have smooth ramping, quite long. Yeah, triple press is strobe. And you also have battery check, so 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4.1, so 4.1 volts. And that's the flashlight. Now let's check the graphs and see how this big boy performs in the dark. Let's start with a high or third mode runtime graph. We see perfect stabilization here and good runtimes. Next we have turbo, and turbo, this is normal turbo, not fat, also stabilized with great performance and long runtimes, even long hold on the maximum power. And here we have eco mode, you can see it on the left. Next is first mode, following second mode, this is already stronger. Third mode, this is sustainable, fully stabilized, and normal turbo. And here is fat turbo, but you cannot hold it for long. Hello guys, today we have powerful flashlight. So this is hardware store light, and we have Convoy on turbo. This is not maximum turbo. Here is, here is hardware store light and Convoy. And this is the most powerful one. Big difference. Let's go to next one. Okay, so now we have Sovereign SP36. This is Anduril BLF version, not the Pro. And this is turbo. And let's compare it to simple turbo on Convoy. Big difference. This one is, as I remember, 5000 kelvins, Sovereign. And now maximum on Convoy. Like day. And Sovereign again. And Sovereign has this pattern, while Convoy pattern is smoother. Let's go to next one. Now we have Sovereign Q8 Pro, and this is turbo. And this is turbo on Convoy, not fat. Turbo on Sovereign. And let's see how it compares to the most powerful turbo on Convoy, fat. Here's the difference. Much brighter. But this is also good. Pattern is also smoother. And let's go to next one. Now we have Sovereign Q8 Plus, and here is turbo. Here is simple turbo on Convoy, Turbo on this one. Maximum turbo on Convoy. Again, turbo on Sovereign. And I can easily say that Convoy is much brighter on fat turbo. Let's see it again. Yep, much brighter. More focused beam. And let's go to next location. Hello guys, so today we have Convoy 3x21 and we will compare it to my car headlights. First let's check normal. So this is first mode, nothing special. Second mode, nothing special. Third mode, already as bright as car headlights. And fourth, this is turbo, but not fat. This is first turbo, which is regulated. And now let's check with long headlights, I mean the high beams, and this is the fat turbo. Quite a difference, I would say. This is without, this is with the flashlight. And it's all in your hand. Big difference. Okay, so now real world usage of this Convoy big guy. This is first mode. Second mode. I can already see the forest in front of me. High voltage power cables. Let's move further into the field and see how it performs. Okay, so I'm almost in the middle of the field, at least that you could see how it looks. So this is third mode. There's a bit of fog here, and there is another tower. And first we have first turbo, very good visibility in front of me. You can see the forest very well. Let's look there. And here's fat turbo, very bright. Visibility as day. Here's another forest photo, and this is turbo, normal turbo, 25 amperes, and here's the road. So let's move to the road. This is first mode, second mode, enough for walking, enough for filming. One thing with this flashlight is that because it's very powerful and it's quite wide, it lights everything in front of you, so you cannot see the light far away. So this is second turbo. This is good. You can see everything. And now I will not move the flashlight, I will just move the camera so you could see what's the angle. And maximum turbo. This is 30,000 lumens. Flashlight is already getting hot. Here's the flashlight. And I don't know why, but from fat turbo it goes straight to third mode. So you have to engage turbo again. This is where I film my reviews, and here's that spot, and fat turbo, very bright beam, but the flashlight is already so hot that I cannot hold it, so let's use it on third mode. I mean, you can hold it by handle, but it's very, very hot. Yeah, so that's how it looks. And back to this flashlight, my final opinion about it. I think it's a very great flashlight, most powerful from Convoy, at least at the moment I'm making this recording. 3 batteries, 21700. You can use it as power bank, so up to 15,000 milliamperes, I would say. You have the handle. You have battery check. You have stabilized brightness on 4 modes. You have separate driver, FET, unregulated, for very powerful output, 30,000 lumens and up. One thing, not the one thing, but overall, in general, the problem is the fixes Simon should do in the future. So you have to bypass the springs or use double spring. You have to fix the 2 screws which are holding this reflector. And don't forget, don't use very powerful cells like EV50PL, because you'll just unsolder your cables from the driver and you'll have to fix it yourself. And overall, I think this flashlight is very great. Very nice flashlight from Convoy. And let's see what Simon will give us in the future. So until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.